Let's make this extreme shadow based wig. So the base of the wig is actually a helmet wig. And for a helmet wig, we're going to start by sectioning off the hair. And I actually made a big mistake at the beginning because I should have crimped the hair before cutting it off. But we live and learn. So I cut off all the hair, and then this is the red wig I used for the accent pieces. Once the hair was cut, I then glued it down with some Uhu glue, and then I covered the base of the wig with some felt. After that, I decided to add some more wefts to the bottom of the wig because I just wanted it to have more volume. All I did was hot glue wefts under the current wefts that were already on the wig. This is where it gets complicated. I then used wire to create these forms for the spikes. I bent them into a shape, then I covered them with packaging tape to create form, and then I covered them with felt, and then I started to cover them with hair. For the bottom spikes, I really liked the shape, but then for the middle spike, I really did not like the shape I was getting, so I actually pried it off using steam from my steamer. Then I decided to use a foam pattern that I had and cut it out of 3mm foam that I had in my stash. I put it all together, and I actually really like the shape that came out of it. Once the foam piece was together, then I covered it in felt just like I did the other pieces. And once that was all covered, then I actually covered it in hair just like I did the other pieces using Uhu. The process of using Uhu on hair is putting it on the ends, cutting off the ends once it dries, then gluing it to the piece of the foam, and then gluing it on. Once it's all covered, then you have the foam piece done. For the other spikes on the wig, I decided to use that same foam pattern as a base and create my own pattern. I built off that foam pattern by building it up and cutting it up, and then I just had these pieces together. It took me about 3 tries to get a foam piece that I liked, and make sure to cut on the bevel when you're getting that piece cut. It was very challenging to get a shape that I truly did like for the spike because that's very important for this type of wig. But I think getting the right shape is definitely worth the effort because in the end, if you don't like the shape, you won't like the overall look of the wig. And I used the same technique where I covered it in felt and then I covered the felt in hair, and make sure to use things like a toothbrush to help smooth out the hair when you're covering it. And at the very end, make sure to use like thinning shears at the tips. It'll just help you get a really nice sharp point at the ends of your spikes. This was only my second helmet based wig and I'm still learning, but here you go.